I'm Tony Perkins, in for Lorraine Rivera. Like much of Arizona's landscape, people navigating the economics of the residential real estate market must confront peaks and valleys. Where does Arizona stand in the boom-bust cycle of affordable housing, and where is it going next? We visited a longtime observer of the state's housing market to find out. We're talking with Mike Orr, formerly with Arizona State University, economics expert on Arizona and the Phoenix area. And what happened to the real estate market back in the early 2000s in this area in Arizona, and how has it changed?
Well, we've had an enormous change since 2002, say, when it was last in a normal condition. We're back to normal now, but we had a huge speculative bubble, which reached a peak in pricing about 2006 and then popped. We finally hit bottom in 2011, and we've been in the recovery mode since then.
Hi, I'm Tony Perkins, in for Andrea Kelly, and thanks for joining us for Metro Week for a look at the business of sports in Tucson and Arizona. When the men's college basketball championship tips off this weekend, the stakes will be high for the competitors and for the city that hosts them. The Final Four is a multi-million-dollar event, and a University of Arizona economist calls it a reminder that games are not what they used to be. The U of A men's basketball team won the national championship in 1997. On the 20th anniversary, we take a look back with the Tucson sports writer who covered the team's unlikely rise to the top. Hello again, and welcome to On the Spot on CCTV International. I'm Tony Perkins in Beijing. We are right across the street from the Water Cube National Aquatic Center and the Bird's Nest National Olympic Stadium at the 2008 Beijing Summer Olympic Games. Fencing is a sport that has gained a new popularity in the United States as a result of the Beijing Olympic Games and as a result of three very special athletes who won a podium sweep in the women's individual saber here at the Olympics. We are proud to be joined by two of those young ladies here today, Mario Zagunis, who is seated closest to me, and Becca Ward. Mario won the gold medal in the event. Becca, you won the bronze medal in this event. Also, they are members of the team that won the bronze medal in the women's team saber. That was earlier today, Beijing time, here at the Olympic Games. First of all, Mario, let me ask you, and Becca as well.
Welcome back once again to On the Spot on CCTV International. I'm Tian Wei, sitting in the studio, joined by Tracy Holmes, our longtime commentator for Olympic coverage here in Beijing, and of course my colleague,
Tony Perkins. Thank
yes,
you
that's
very
right.
much.
You got the latest news already on hand once again.
Yes, really the latest news comes from table tennis, and China has beaten Germany 3-0 to claim another gold medal in table tennis men's team event.
So that adds to 38 plus 1, that will be 39 for today.
Yes. And
but we don't know whether there will be any new things coming out as we go.
Wang Hao, Ma Lin, and the doubles team, Wang Lixin and Wang Hao, all combined to give China that 3-0 advantage over Germany.
It will be too late for them to buy the tickets, stay in line just a couple of weeks before the games. And finally, they had difficulties arranging travels or getting visa or various reasons.
Another factor too with the attendance that not necessarily people not showing up, but people slow to show up. The weather has a factor there. Public transportation, people have been encouraged to take buses. I've seen buses that were completely packed. And those fans maybe not getting to the venues on time, but eventually getting there before the event is halfway or completely over. Being a spectator at these Olympic Games, you knew there were going to be crowds, and maybe that's having an impact here. That was an interview with Feng Shuyang, the vice president of the Chinese Athletic Association. Track and field competition begins at the Bird's Nest National Olympic Stadium tomorrow, Beijing time, and we're hoping for better weather after a downpour in Beijing today. Cooler temperatures are expected at the Bird's Nest tomorrow. Brian Williams is the anchor for NBC Nightly News in the United States. He is in Beijing now looking at China's present and future and the impact of the world's biggest sporting event. Brian Williams was in our studio here at CCTV International on the spot. And here's another look at the conversation that he had today with our colleague Tian Wei.